Hey, what's up? Amelia here. Let's see what's making news. The highly anticipated Barbie movie is about to hit cinemas across the globe, except in Vietnam, where it's just been banned. Joe can tell you why.
If you're a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world, then your world doesn't include Vietnam anymore. Yeah, one of the most hyped movies of this year, which is due for global release later this month, won't be hitting the big screens in Vietnam after authorities banned it over what they call an offending image.
So what is the image? Well, there's a scene in the movie that shows this area of the ocean called the South China Sea. The Vietnamese officials aren't happy about it because in the movie, there's a U-shaped line across the sea, which China uses to show what they reckon is their territory. But Vietnam and many surrounding countries disagree. This argument has been going on for a long time. China first drew the 9-dash line back in 1947 and has argued ever since that they own it. In 1982, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea set the boundaries that Vietnam claimed today. But China basically just ignore it. The reason they all butt heads over the South China Sea is because it holds a lot of resources, and it's also home to important fishing areas and shipping lanes. Back to Barbie. It now joins a list of movies that Vietnam has banned for the same reason. Warner Brothers haven't commented on the situation, but it looks like flat feet is just one of Barbie's problems right now.
If you looked up and saw the moon last night, you probably thought, wow, that looks super. And that's because it was the first supermoon of the year. A supermoon is a full moon that's at its closest point to Earth during its orbit. But unfortunately for some Aussies, it was a bit cloudy out. Never fear, NASA reckons it'll appear full for the next few days. Now to Hawaii, where a team of surfing scientists are using their skills to help look after coral reefs. Here's Liva.
Being a scientist is hard work. All those long days spent slaving away in the lab. Wait, is he surfing?
Aloha, my name is Cliff Capono. I'm a surfer and scientist based out of Hilo, Hawaii.
That's right. Cliff here is using his knowledge of how waves work to learn more about coral reefs. He's part of a team of surfing scientists at an organization called the Mega Lab, which is surveying and mapping reefs around the world. You see, coral reefs can create really good surf breaks, so who better to explore them than surfers? They're creating 3D maps of the reefs to try to understand how they're being affected by climate change and natural disasters.
We can take regular cameras underwater and then produce these 3D models that basically give us a perfect representation of the habitats, and then we use that information to protect and ensure we have reefs in the future.
They're also trying to encourage more people to get into conservation by showing them research isn't boring.
Getting outside, getting people to understand that being outside can be a solution to becoming a better environmental steward.
So next time someone asks you if you'd rather go surfing or save the planet, you can say both.
Sometimes you need to switch it up. Try something different, see how it goes. Which is
I agree, Amelia. It's time for a change.
How long has he been back there?
Shh. These little islands are...
Joe, these little islands are ready for a big change. The Orkney Islands are just off the coast of Scotland and are home to 22,000 people. But they say they're a bit over Scotland and the UK and might become a part of Norway again for the first time in more than 500 years. Why?
Because all our ferries need replaced and nobody is coming to help us.
Soup. Okay, it's a classic, but a giant, potentially world record-breaking soup? Well, that's a change, especially for the people of La Paz in Bolivia. They cooked up this traditional spicy dish using 500 kilos of pork and 65 kilos of chilies. And what's better than one conductor? Two, especially when one is a robot. Ever Six took to the stage to co-conduct South Korea's national orchestra for the first time ever. Aw, that's nice. Until it takes your job, anyway. Well, that's it for now.
Bye.